And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fallout the Long Road. We've been away for a little while, so to try to give everybody a bit of a refresher, actually, first of all, welcome to our players. We have, at least in order on my screen, first up is Taylorobey, playing MPR-07, a modified Assaultron medic. Don't think too hard on that, folks. Say hi, Taylor.
Well, as I am currently at a reactor, I'm not even in the scene right now, but nonetheless, hello.
Yeah, you're still here with us as a party. At least in spirit, or whatever it counts for robots. Cyber spirit. We'll go with cyber spirit.
Ghost in the machine.
There you go. Next up, we have JacobTheMadMayor playing Thomas Diego, a member of the Enclave who has teamed up with our pre-war survivors, actually. Say hi, Jacob.
I don't want to go to school today, Daddy. I want to stay home and bake cookies with you.
I'd advise against calling the DM Daddy in any
What's worse is I think I may only be like a year or two older than him at best.
Dan, I am 38 years old.
Oh shit! Nope, never mind.
I am the oldest in the room.
He is 2 years older than me. Never mind. Which makes it even weirder that he's calling me daddy.
Hey, no. What would have been weirder is if I went, Daddy.
Hi, I'm also here. I'm Silent Protagonist. If you're watching, you know who the fuck I am because this is my YouTube channel. We're gonna quickly move past whatever the fuck Jacob was saying because that's cursed as shit. Also, the scene is on pause because we're waiting for Taylor. What's happening at the reactor, Dan?
Honestly, not a huge amount, as for the most part, all it is an occasional tappity tap on the keyboard of the console from MPR-07, or at least was. Actually, by this point, I would say it has been probably close to half an hour to 45 minutes for you guys to walk this far.
I think MPR was also planning on seeing if there were any points where he could obviously fix radiation leaks without any special tools, and otherwise he's just going to have to come back.
By the way, I'm awake from that laughter now.
Okay, good to hear.
You're welcome.
However, with that, actually, NPR. Let's see here. What would be a good one? You know what? Either science or repair with intelligence. So pretty much just straight up those two skills.
Science or repair. Well, one of them's a tag skill.
We're only really looking for just a basic roll to see how good of a roll you get. To see if you can tell how much damage you need to repair, if you will.
All right, I'm just not even going to use an action point on this then. One success, good enough. One
success, more than enough still. But it is helpful in the fact that you are able to track down some of the at least more obvious, larger leaks that are.
I mean, I can see radiation, so.
Right. Yes, that is absolutely adding to the ease of the situation, as you're literally able to see where the radiation is leaking out of. However, unfortunately, with your particular skill set in this particular case, as well as the resources you have available to you, although you would probably be able to fix it on your own, it would take, by yourself, weeks, if not possibly even years, with how bad some of the damages are.
Given that I don't have any, specialized equipment for repairing this.
Right, nor do you really have the resources necessary. You're looking at some very big leaks, possibly requiring some very special materials in order to plug some of the even bigger leaks, if you will. You would be aware that there are definitely smaller leaks, but those smaller leaks are, although hazardous, not nearly as lethal, immediately lethal as the larger leaks are. Nor are you able to necessarily, with that particular roll at least, find all of those smaller leaks. It would take...
I'd imagine they're probably being concealed by the big ones, kind of like, you know, if there's a giant fog cloud, you're not going to see like a little spritz of mist from a pipe or something.
Yes, exactly. To an extent, you can tell that there are definitely some smaller leaks, but from where those plumes of radiation that you can visually see are coming from, you can't actually find the leak itself. It's either buried behind concrete or metal slabs of some kind or another that you're just unable to safely move out of the way to be able to fix.
Well, it's mostly the large ones that I'm concerned about anyway, but I assume we need more materials than we currently have. Can't make refined metal and lead plating out of boxes of pencils.
Right. I mean, you'd be able to maybe make some lead plating, but, you know, it takes
graphite,
a while.
But it wouldn't... Modern pencils use graphite, not lead.
No, fair point there. But, hey, this is, like, supposedly set in, like, the 1950s or something like that, so, you know, maybe still lead. I don't know. I'm not going to look that up in history. Anyways, though, that would be probably a good extra hour of, like, really diving deep into it. If you're at all interested as well, it's not terribly difficult for you. You could be going through wow, sorry, words failed me there. Brain stopped working. You could go throughout the rest of the generator basement, if you will, to hunt down and clear out a lot more of the ghouls. If you want to do any salvaging, we do that simple survival perception roll for that. I'm not really going to have you roll for too many of those ghouls, as they're pretty scattered. Not very well organized. I was going to say, now
that we took care of the big one,
yes,
the others don't really pose a threat to me.
Not at the moment, no.
Not in the numbers that would actually fit in the rooms.
Correct.
But, you know what, I'll just do, was it survival perception?
Yes.
I'll just see if there's any, currently, like, spare parts, leftover tools, anything that might help with, you know, getting the generator slightly less lethal levels of radiation. But I kind of doubt it.
You'll still succeed, but I'm going to give you a difficulty of 4 to find specific components to help with repairing the generator.
Yeah, I kind of doubt it's going to happen, but, you know, I just keep my metaphorical eyes peeled.
Yeah, you'll find salvage, but... Okay, 3...
And I get to re-roll the 20.
Yep, alright.
Into a 16, which is not a 20.
Not quite enough. But you do still have 3 successes there. You do find a significant amount of, junk, but in this case, actually, it's going to be, actually, we're going to bypass the junk and go straight into scrap. That was a really bad roll, but that's okay. I'm going to give it a couple more here, and that's a little bit better. Blah, 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 blah. You find 20... wait, my math is a little off here. No, that is correct. 27. 27 common materials. And hang on a second here. Oh, that's not too bad. 4 uncommon crafting materials. And... oh, wow, that's actually really good. 3 rare crafting materials. However, most of this is going to be, I would say, keep this separate. Most of this is stuff you can use for repairing the generator. Not so good necessarily for crafting other things. More so for repairing the generator. You don't find necessarily the really good lead plates, replacement couplings, things of that nature that would really go a long way. Nor do you really find the tools that would be needed to really give you a good, solid seal. These materials are good for a patch job, but not good for the long term.
Which means I'm probably going to end up just saving them until I can get the specialized parts I need and constructing that around those parts. Or having
for repair, save them under repair materials somewhere.
I have them marked as generator materials.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I can.
And hang on a second here. Let's see here real quickly. Oh, hey, okay. Blah blah blah. I need to go through salvaging area now. Prep. I lost that page. Gosh, dang it all! So hard to keep track of this stuff sometimes.
But yeah, just some stuff we can use once we have the more specialized parts to.
Yes.
Make things.
Hey, you know what? Being that this is the atomic reactor, it'd be a fun place for you to find something like this. You know what? We'll go ahead and give it to you. You find a Fat Man launcher, as well as 2 mini nukes. That's actually kind of impressive there, but yes.
One Fat Man, 2 mini nukes. Welp.
That's a lot of firepower right there.
So that's certainly something.
Yes. You do find that in one of the kind of almost back janitor's closets. It seems like somebody who worked here previously was trying to stow some fun toys for the weekend away. Beyond that, you do not find a huge amount else useful. Let me see here real quickly. You do find you do find 12 junk. Oh wow, you do find something very useful. 4 more fusion cores.
Fusion cores. All of the radiation. This is fine.
Yeah, that was... You're getting some really surprising rolls here, honestly. Just saying.
Well, it kind of makes sense for... Just in my mind, like, my character can see radiation, looks, and it's like a giant glowing spot. That's probably important.
Yeah. Beyond that, though, you successfully clear out this place in, I'd say, roughly another hour or so. We're going to say that you are going to be heading on your way back to base, and it is definitely getting dark outside now, whereas for everybody else, the sun was getting low, but plenty of light still at that point in time.
So it'll be a little bit past their encounter with what's-his-face before I get back.
Uh-oh, we lost Jacob.
I was gonna say, and I think...
I'm still here. I'm just muted.
On the in the Roll20.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say, I think if I remember correctly, actually, we were about to actually start a firefight.
Yep. Well, you guys wanted me to jump back over to MPR07, so we fixed that up real quickly. Now, before basically all of that happens, going back in time a good, like, almost 2 hours now, or more, possibly, we head back over to Thomas and Axel, who were interrogating a Manuel... Oh, gosh, dang it all. Gallagher. Wow, I forgot his last name.
Dead?
Quite possibly, as during the interrogation, you guys could tell that he was starting to get very nervous, very uncomfortable, and it reached a certain point of an impasse in which you can definitely tell he is acting seemingly more so out of desperation, possibly for his life, possibly for his reputation. A little bit unclear, but there is a degree that both of you, especially Axel, having military training, could see a man who's backed into a corner and thinks he's got nothing else.
Yeah, we had been asking him to see his his official documentation. He wasn't giving it to us. He started making moves to his gun, at which point I pulled my gun on him, and we were asking him if he was working for one of the factions that I don't remember the name of.
Caesar's Legion.
Yeah, and I think what you were saying was that he instead of answering was reaching for his gun, and I was going to open fire.
All right, so this is a bit more cinematic, so the difficulty is going to be upped from normal. However, the question for you, Axel, is: are you going straight for the kill, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head? Are you going to try to disarm him and restrain him? Or do you have something else in mind, possibly, that you'd like to try?
He reached for his weapon.
He is currently what would certainly seem reaching for either his revolver on his hip or possibly the giant machine gun on his back.
Okay, it's how many action points to add an additional dice?
1 at first, and then another 2 for the second dice.
Cool, we're gonna
And
add
3 more for the third.
Cool, we're gonna add an additional dice.
All right. Well, okay. We'll hold that. Holy cow! We'll hold that success.
Six successes.
What are you going for here, though? That's definitely a success. No
I'm
matter how you slice it.
unloading all of the remaining ammo I have.
Just straight into his chest, basically.
Or his
All right.
neck, or his head, or whatever else I think I can probably vaporize.
All right. You definitely have the higher initiative, so yours kicks off before even Thomas is able to react in any way. To set the stage here a little bit.
I had the gun drawn.
Yes,
so
you had your gun shouldered and ready. You were the bad cop, if you will, in this particular
case.
case.
Soon as he puts a hand on one of his 2 weapons, I'm just pulling the trigger.
Yep, alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure that was the plan.
How many successes did I need, by the way?
I was going to say 3.
Cool, I went from 1 to 3 action points.
So, to set the stage for you here, Thomas. As your reaction is a little bit slower than Axel's by about 8.
Oh, I was going to be doing the same thing if not disarming him, so no worries. We were of the same mind.
What an oddly specific metric of reaction speed.
However,
Thomas
will feel like this is overkill.
To an extent, Thomas, like, you're in power armor, you're feeling a little bit safe, even with that 50 cal on that guy's back. I believe you actually didn't, I don't remember, it's been a while now, I don't remember if you noticed him moving for his gun or not.
I did.
However, what you are a little bit caught off guard by is just the volume of fire that comes from right next to you. It catches you so off guard that you do actually clasp your power glove hands over your ears, as it does indeed surprise you a fair amount. A quick glance over to Axel, who for some reason just doesn't take his finger off the damn trigger. And a quick glance back, and it's just a Jackson Pollock painting on the back wall now, as this guy is just straight up dead.
Oh, you don't want me to roll damage?
No need. That's what I meant by this was going to be more of a cinematic scene, if you will.
Alright, well, I'm still spending the rest of my ammunition, and I'm going to roll damage because I think it's going to be funny.
No, yep, go right ahead.
10.
Alright, well, he, technically speaking, wouldn't have died, maybe, but, again, he is very much so hurt.
I now no longer have any ammunition for the compensated tactical vented auto recoil compensated high capacity modified R75 assault rifle.
Yeah, Thomas, he for some reason, Axel just maybe goes a little bit overboard, as he doesn't even take his finger off the trigger after hearing several times the click, 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 click of a gun that is out of ammo.
It's because I'm used to being able to shoot more bullets.
No offense, man, but you probably needed that ammo for later. Overkill much, Axel?
No, we're fine. I got, plenty of, other ammunition here.
Yeah.
Attention, soldiers. Arms fire heard in base. Please report.
Yeah, we're good. That was me.
Detainee attempted hostile action. Responded appropriately. We'll need to dispose of the body.
He's dead.
General Kelly steps in, puts a metal claw to the thing's neck as if it was taking a pulse. Not quite certain how that would work.
Sensors in the fingertips.
And then proceeds to grab him by the boots and start dragging him out. I will dispose of body.
Well, hold that thought really quick. I'm gonna search his body.
All right.
Yep. May as well salvage what we can.
I'm not going to require a salvage roll for something like this. You know what? Actually, with all those bullets you fired,
how many of them can I recover and reuse?
You'd have to re-jacket them.
Go ahead.
Bullets, not arrows.
I'll say go ahead. We're going to require a survival check from you guys. I am going to give you actually a difficulty of 3 for 1 or 2 very specific reasons.
Survival endurance or survival perception?
Survival perception, sorry. This is a standard scavenging check.
What can I do to assist?
That would be you would roll a d20 for your survival and perception.
Alright.
And we add that to silence roll.
Hey.
Right.
I don't have any luck points because I'm not Taylor.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I just pushed you to success, dude, so...
Unfortunately, that nat 20 is going to bite a little bit. Oh, give me a second here.
You may have nicked one of the important items.
Possibly. Give me a second here. Yeah, odds evens. Okay, so... That is... Well, that might be better for you guys, actually. I think you have more than one of these. Okay. So, Axel and Thomas. You guys do find a good amount of equipment still functioning on this guy. Shit, I gotta find... I'm so not used to looking at character sheets all of a sudden. Okay. Wow. You know what? I might have to give you guys an actual list. Some of the bigger, more important things you guys do find is a grenade rifle from the extended firearms list, small guns list.
I'll probably hold on to that one because I'm trained for explosives.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you're starting to pull stuff from the extent, let's make us a list and we'll look at it after the session.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a list of all the stuff he had on him.
Yeah.
And post that separately. But Thomas, for your blah blah blah, for the grenade launcher, oh well, all 5 of them. Okay, you do find 5 40mm shells.
Grenade launcher plus 5 shells. Got it.
The 50 cal machine gun is indeed broken.
Boo-hoo.
You guys do find... alright, what the heck is that? That is 27 50 cal rounds. And I'll grab a list of all the other stuff that you guys might care about later.
You go.
Pretty sure we literally already have a 50 cal somewhere.
And a minigun.
I think you guys do have a 50 cal somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
It's in base supplies.
Which is why it was actually a good thing that the 50 cal is what got destroyed by all of those bullets.
So we got more ammunition for that 50 cal for use later.
Yeah. We want to deck our immortal powered truck into a technical.
Yes.
Well, we are going to go to that other truck that had that mounted machine gun to salvage it.
Reinforce the bottom enough, we can use the Fat Man as a propulsion system.
Okay, so what else is there, Dan?
The 27 rounds of 50 cal ammo.
Okay. Cool.
That was were the big ticket items that he has on him that you guys might care about. There's a couple other weapons on him. Some extra ammo in there too. Actually, blah, 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 blah. Where is... Oh, here we are. Okay, you do find 250 caps on him.
Okay.
You also do find... This is actually an important plot.
125 caps each?
Yeah. Let's do that.
I think the only thing I specifically care about is, did he have any 308 ammo?
Sadly, no. He does not have any 308 ammo on him whatsoever.
Okay.
What he does have on him is... hang on a second here. I'm going to go ahead and do another odd or even. Odd, even. Okay. Thomas. Well, kind of scuttling through some of his pockets, you do find a piece of paper. And on this paper, you notice in big black lettering 5,000 caps for the capture of... And I gotta find the heck because I have forgotten everybody right now. Laura Woodruff for arson, terrorism, murder, theft of personal property, private property.
Does it say who is wanting to put the bounty out for?
It does not actually say who, but you having familiarization with the area more so than Axel would notice the unmistakable eagle that is at the actually, I'm sorry, not at the top, towards the bottom right-hand corner of this contract.
Sure, what does that eagle insignia mean again?
Oh, that would be the Caesar's Legion. The Romans with their eagle.
Yep. Nope.
The Aquila, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember that word.
Laura was right. Man was a mercenary for the Caesar's Legion. That's dangerous work. You fail the Legion, they conscript you, and yeah, it's no wonder he went to fight mode instead of flight. Kind of sad though. If he had taken it more calmly and worked with us, he might have just stuck with us. As Thomas folds it up. I'm gonna go and talk to Laura and talk with Laura and inform her of the situation. And I'm gonna give her an option with this bounty being out on her. She's not going to want to really try and be out and about where people can find her. Maybe better for her to stay here. She may not like the idea of not being able to leave, though, considering we do not want the presence of this base to be the common knowledge. Not until we at least get more personnel and start building up. What do you think, Axel?
I mean, that makes sense to me. I think it'd be up to her how she specifically wants to handle it, but yeah, no, we don't really want the base to be common knowledge.
If you're concerned about the exposure of this base, we could conscript her into our ranks.
That's the idea, General. See if she's willing to join, even if as a either as a non-commissioned officer or as a private. Considering she's going to have to stay here, we might have her be one of the personnel here at the base. Help you out and keep the things in order.
What about your second guest?
After I talk to while I talk to Laura, Axel, if you promise to keep that trigger finger under control, you think you can talk to our future informations officer? He seems to know quite a bit more than I do about the area. It might be handy to have him on hand in case of any unknowns we run into I don't even know about.
Yeah, he seems to be running with some kind of local bandits or raider group, but I think it could be a pretty good source of information. Seems to be it's been cooperative so far. A little high strung, but
yeah, that might be from Kim abuse. You check about that. Ask him what type of Kims he likes. Kind of make a general conversation.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Bring up Psycho.
Okay.
That's
don't know what that means, but sure.
Well, tell you what. Just tell him, hey, I've heard a little bit about Psycho, but I'm a little bit out the loop. Want to fill me in a little bit about it? See how much he talks about it. Alright. So dividing and conquering the tasks. So which one do we want to lead off with first? Axel with our raider, or me with our fugitive?
Do you want to lead off with the one that actually matters? Or
they both kind of matter. I mean,
Laura matters more for actually having like functional recruit.
Okay. In other words, Laura. Okie dokie. Alright, well, Thomas is gonna come around, knock on the door before opening it, and come inside and sit behind the table and set the paper down on it.
Hold on 1 second for me. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? Give me lockpick and perception roll. Difficulty.
Oh, right, they were locked.
Well, this is a different one actually. Difficulty. We'll say 2.
Okay, so lockpick and perception. Oh my god, I'm actually rolling well this time.
Yeah, those last couple of games were brutal on you. So, it is locked, but it was actually like barely, like you're twisting the knob and you hear the lock click off. Like you didn't even need a key or anything like that. That was due to previously Axel's a little bit of a shoddy screw up on his previous lockpick roll there to try to lock the door. It was closed, unlike previously with poor Luke over here. But it would have been very easy to get out of.
Yeah.
All right, and
she's still in there.
Hey, yeah. Give me a second here. Actually, sorry, I've gotten shit. Get out of my way. Sorry. Okay. She is actually thrown over the table over here, and is kind of pointing her gun at the door. Give me a second here, real quickly. Go with okay, that will work. Good enough. Okay. Fortunately, she has enough trigger control to not just go blazing around. And upon seeing the guy in power armor, is not too eager to pick a fight with him either. She quickly throws up her hands. Sorry. I didn't know if you were going to be Manuel or not.
Nah. Sorry about the noise there. Unfortunately, Manuel got violent and we had to, unfortunately, retaliate, so he's no longer an issue.
He's dead?
General's taking him out to bury as we speak.
Oh, thank God.
I can interrupt and note that he never said he was going to bury it. He just said he'd take care of the body.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm being nice.
I was tempted to have him serve it to you guys, but we're not going to do that.
That would have been hilarious. All right.
We know that you like the 40K references, but it needs to stop at corpse starch.
Anyway, he's gonna set the piece of the paper on the desk as he enters in. Give me one moment here. I'm going as he steps back outside the door. Takes the power armor off, as you know he doesn't want to keep her on edge this time around.
All right.
And before stepping back inside,
she has set her rifle down against the wall over here, obviously as a sign of hopeful olive branch.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with him taking the power armor off.
You would notice she does still have a pistol on her hip. And her hands are not that far from her hip.
Alright. So, your story corroborates. We found the bounty with the insignia of Caesar's Legion here on Manuel's body after the altercation. He refused to give up his contract. In fact, he went for violence when we asked him about it, and it's the noise. I apologize again about that.
I'm just relieved that at least one more bounty hunter's not tracking me down.
That may be the case, however, you still have a bounty on you.
And it looks like it went up another 1,000 from last time. They're getting desperate.
I know that we talked about you staying here because of the situation, and I believe that's going to be your best move. You don't have to be an officer of the army with us, but we would like you to earn your stay by working with the general here. In the meantime, while we're out on missions, if we are inquired about your existence, we are going to start spread the word that your body was found dead to try and get the bounty gone.
Unfortunately, I doubt that would work. Caesar's Legions usually requires some sort of proof, and to be honest, as she kind of glances at the contract, yeah, to my horror, it's not a contract for dead. It's it's for either alive or dead, but they definitely paying more for alive.
If they were going to require some type of proof, there are a couple ways of doing that, none of which are nice. Photographic evidence is dubious in these times. A lot of people think that a picture can be taken and faked.
You have cameras?
Some Pip Boys come with them, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice it with you in your power armor.
Yeah, you'll hold this Pip Boy up.
What vault are you from? Which is actually an excellent question, because I don't remember myself.
I'm not exactly from a vault from around here. This one's been scavenged.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to go ahead and make this simple. We don't want this base to be common knowledge. If we were to let you go, it would be a risk to that, and I don't think you want to know about how we handle those types of risks. At the same time, you've been upfront and honest with us, and I don't think you're a bad sort. Honestly, I think you'd be of a benefit to us as we can be a benefit to you. If you stay here, we can do what we can to eliminate the bounty on your head, and work out a way to make your features look less than what the bounty shows, so you can start a new life afterward. How we do that may be difficult, but we can work on that as time moves on. For now, I think your best bet is to stay here as a non-commissioned officer and work with the general in keeping this base going.
As generous as that sounds, I can't just stay in here. First of all, I'll go crazy cooped up underground. But secondly, there's a lot of people out there that still need help. And I have a good amount of skills at getting people out of those areas. I'd be much better use at trying to free more slaves, or even just getting rid of some of the local raiders in the area or something, than I would be trapped in the basement here. And either way, honestly, I'd rather be outside and trying to help more slaves from Caesar's Legion.
I can agree with that. That was definitely your mission, and I agree. I don't exactly like the idea of slavery, especially since slavery was abolished in the amendments of the United States.
I've never heard of United States.
The country this used to be before the war was the United States of America.
Oh.
And that's actually part of
Mojave Wastes.
A lot of people don't remember it anymore. A lot of the books have been burned. Not a lot of knowledge. Very few of us remember what things were beforehand, either through knowledge passed down from family, knowledge from the vaults, or like my compatriots, those who are actually from that time. That's a story for another time, so please don't press into that for now.
Yeah, she definitely shoots you a very confused, inquisitive look with that. As she, not vocally, but definitely mumbling a little bit, or quivering of the lip, as if one who is asking 100 questions with just one word. That's not able to get out of the mouth all at the same time.
Let's just say some things in science fiction aren't exactly that far from reality, and leave it at that. Fair?
I've seen Deathclaws, so yeah, fair.
Okay. That said, I think that you only need to stay down here long enough to take some of the heat off of you, while some of the bounty hunters know that you're in this area. I don't think that's going to take too long, but at the same time, if you were to do so and you cooperate with us, what we can do from there is cooperate with you in seeing about freeing these slaves and taking out these raider bases for possible new recruits to help rebuild the Area 51, and from there rebuild and reunite the United States, even if it just takes a little at a time.
I mean, again, I'd be a lot better use out there with you, on the front lines, as it were. I can promise I'm not a hindrance. Aside from Manuel getting lucky with these damn ghouls, they haven't caught me yet.
Okay.
Side note, to kind of make things a little bit easier for you, Jacob. You, Jacob, specifically.
Yeah.
Laura is a, NPC companion.
Yeah, I'm catching on to that.
Okay. She's intended to be one that you guys can take with you on adventures. She will stay behind at certain points of time, but at other times, depending upon how long you guys are away for, she will insist on joining you.
Gotcha.
So, just to ease any concerns or anything like that.
All right. You want to be on the front of the lines? Let me talk with Axel and NPR, get their feel on it. I would probably suggest a change of hairstyle, and if we can find some hair dye, probably dye your hair some so that you're not exactly matching descriptions shown in your bounty. That'll help take a little heat off of you immediately. All right. We may still need to take care of some things here in Area 51. We still have to get one more generator repaired. I'll contact the general to come see you and give you a show of the place, and we'll take steps from there.
All right. You just want me to wait in this room then?
Just sit tight. Let me see here. I know I gave you something to eat earlier. Still hungry, or you need anything to drink?
I think I'm okay for the moment.
Alright. I'll be back. And, yeah, you'll go ahead, make the leave, get back into the power armor and sword.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that token. And
You did.
by this point here, I'd say NPR has pretty easily made it upstairs, if you will. So I'm just going to put him down there for right now. All right, we're going to cut from that and backtrack just a few minutes to Axel with your interaction with this other guy.
Did we ever get his name?
I don't remember if we did or didn't, but we'll go ahead and retroactive that in that you guys did get his name. It is Luke Warner.
I'll give a couple of knocks on the door and enter.
All right.
Open it.
You were the one who locked it, so pretty easy for you to unlock it. Yep. And you do find the chairs in the back here overturned, the table put upright. And Luke is nowhere to be seen at first. But you do kind of hear the sounds of quivering and mumbling coming from behind the table.
Hey, Luke, how's it going?
It takes a moment or two, but you do eventually see first the hair, then the forehead in a very... convenient chance for you to take advantage of if you so wanted to. And then finally the eyes, although he still has the gas mask over his face, come up. Oh, you're not going to shoot me, are you?
I'm not planning to. Should I be?
Well, I don't know. What happened? I heard gunshots. You guys aren't gonna kill me, are you?
Nope, not planning to kill you, Luke. The guy in the next room over, the bounty hunter guy, decided that his best option was to make for his gun. Didn't really leave us much of a choice, but if you're willing to play ball, we don't have any reason to shoot you.
Okay. As he comes up with his hands up already in a surrendering pose. And shuffles to the side. Very.
You can put your hands down. Pull up a chair.
He kind of trips over his own two legs a little bit. Eventually gets this chair over here upright. Pops a seat in it. Is this good enough?
That's fine, Luke. So, from what I'm able to gather, you belong to some kind of bandit or raider encampment in the area, yeah?
I mean,
Relax. It's not hard to figure out.
Are you still waiting for him to answer? Sorry.
Yep.
I mean, I'm willing to work with you guys if you need me to. He does not want to answer that question.
It's all right.
Unless you choose to press it.
You see, we're looking to secure
the
local area around here. We're busy resecuring the base here on the premise, getting all the facilities back up and running. But once that's done, we're going to be looking to move out to the surrounding area. So if you have any information on any local bandit or raider groups out here that we might need to be on the lookout for, that would be appreciated.
I could definitely help out with that. Yeah. I can show you right to where they're at. Safely, of course. No funny business for me.
Well, that'd be perfect. I think if you're able to help us out, we'd be more than willing to take you in. We got food. We got tap the gun on my back. We got guns. We got ammunition. I'd be able to keep you safe, especially if you're knowledgeable about the local area.
Oh yeah. I've grown up here all my life. I hear things all the time. I'm not exactly the most subtle, but I've got good ears on me.
Well, good pair of ears is a good start. Now I know my friend in the power armor wanted me to ask you about something called chems.
No, I don't know what I don't know what you guys make. As you kind of see him quickly pat one of his pockets. It's not subtle, so it's not requiring any type of a check. But if you wanted to get some idea of what it might be, you would have to give me a. Well, let's see here. Is there any good ones?
It's fine.
All right.
You got some in your pocket there?
No. Yes, obviously does.
Don't lie to me, Luke. Gotta be honest with each other here.
For that one there, I will require a bit of a speech and charisma.
Okay.
Although this is not a difficult one. I don't know who the heck that was. It didn't give up the name of whoever's typed in BRB.
That was Jacob.
Okay. Why didn't it give me a name?
Because it was under his character tag.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
It'll just
okay, yep.
Just treat it as a new line.
Gotcha. Oh, yep, that's more than enough. Okay. And Luke sheepishly just slumps over, reaches his hand into his pocket, and pulls out something that you would actually be somewhat familiar with from your time. It is called Jet. Although, unfortunately, I do not have that sheet pulled up right now. This is a chem that actually you are somewhat familiar with. You do know that the military has been experimenting with certain drugs such as Psycho, Jet, and whatnot to try to improve the performance of certain soldiers.
Yeah,
overall,
I have one in my inventory.
Yes. Overall, the practice was not widely adopted, but there were some holdouts that believe the pros outweighed the cons.
Right.
It's basically aerosolized meth.
Yes.
Well, I'm familiar with that drug you got there. Yeah, you know that stuff can be addictive, yeah?
Yeah, but I only take it once every hour. Speaking of which, you guys got some extra?
Okay, that would be called addiction. Yeah, no, that's addiction.
Not quite every hour. That's a bit of a bad line on my part. Whoops. It's like once a day. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's still addiction. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna be honest with you here, Luke. We're gonna have to break that addiction to the jet, okay?
Oh, but it helps me out so much, man.
No, I understand. In the right circumstance, it can definitely be a beneficial boost, but it's not something you need to be taking every day. It's not something that that's helping you out in every situation, right?
This one's going to go ahead and be another speech and charisma check from you. This one is going to be a difficulty of 3, however. You're trying to talk him out of drug abuse to somebody who is very much so addicted. Actually, the difficulty of 3 for a kind of...
I'm not trying to talk him out of it.
Oh, okay.
This is more of the acceptance phase.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, like, social engineer drug addiction out of him.
Okay. Alright. He kind of looks to you, looks back at the jet, looks to you, looks back at the jet, and slowly pockets it. I mean, it helps me think clearer. I can see better. I can try to cut back on it a little bit, but I mean, I kind of need this stuff, man.
Well, I mean, don't worry. It's something we'll be able to help you out with. But you know, we're gonna need you sharp and not reliant on substances. If you're gonna be sticking around, I would highly recommend sticking around.
Oh yeah, me too. I like sticking around.
The local bandits and raiders, they're not gonna be around for much longer.
Oh yeah, and you know, all hail, what is it, America? All hail America.
I mean, you don't gotta all hail America, but
the guy kind of shoots up his right hand in a let's say a manner in which you would normally get a gut reaction from most people.
I'm gonna walk over, I'm gonna pat him on his shoulder, I'm gonna readjust that into a salute.
Like this? As he, it's still a very sloppy salute, but it's definitely better than what he just gave you.
Definitely a step in the right direction. Pretty close. You basically got it.
Oh, okay. As he just holds that the entire time now.
Nah, it's more of a formal greeting.
Oh, okay.
Formal greeting for a military, but you don't gotta hold it the whole time. We're looking for people who can help us out in the local region, especially with the lay of the land, the groups that are around here. I mean, if there are groups of bandits and raiders who are in their right mind, who are willing to help, we are always welcome to the extra help if they prove themselves to be trustworthy. But you know, you've been upfront with us. You've been calm and collected. You know, you've been working. You've worked with us. You know. I think you'd be very well suited for some intelligence work. You got a smart head on your shoulders, right?
I got certain smarts. His intelligence ranking is a 4.
There you go. That's you know, that's what we're looking for.
But yes,
I'm gonna keep like positive reinforcement until
Thomas
comes over.
All right, that's coming up here in just a minute.
You sound like you're talking to a child, and I am here for that.
I feel like I am talking to a child.
Yeah.
A child who's kind of high.
Yeah, he's a little high. Yeah. Okay, so to give you guys
basically like anyone I talked to in college.
So to give you guys a quick little rundown, at least with this particular NPC, this is an NPC that you guys could grab in a specific pinch, but this is not a NPC that is going to be a companion, if you will.
Yeah, I don't trust a gun in his hands.
He can certainly benefit you guys in a specific fight or two, but he is not intended to be somebody that you are going out on excursions with all the time. This particular character is dedicated more so to being information about the local regions and whatnot.
I do not trust a gun in his hands.
Speaking of which, he has, he has at least a pipe gun.
That's meaningless when compared to the raw power of the and versatility of the compensated tactical vented auto recoil compensated high capacity modified R75 Justice rifle.
The one that
No,
currently
it's
has no
double
ammo?
compensated.
It's
But-
double compensating.
Yes, Thomas, you've made it over by this point. Your conversation has pretty much rounded up. Maybe another couple of seconds or so, but you've made it over by this point.
You come over and there's just positive reinforcement and minor levels of
Exasperation?
no, minor levels of inducing Stockholm syndrome.
That's a fair way to put it, actually.
Yaha.
But yes, Luke is very warm and welcoming to basically everything that you guys are saying. He does definitely still have his addiction problem.
We'll work on that. We have a robot to help him work on that. The General. It's the only robot here.
Thomas.
We also have a another robot that can help him work on that. He's a medic.
Yes.
He can bleed it out of him.
Or, use other drugs that are designed to help out with this kind of situation.
I'm sure there are those. I don't know
Yep.
about them.
Oh, yeah, there are, and to be honest here, I don't know if you would know about those.
Alternative solution. You could take all of his jet and lock him in a room for a week.
Oh, that's mean.
Maybe he'll live.
That's mean. Yeah, just for the fun of it, though, before I get back to Thomas. Sorry, Thomas. Grab you in just a minute here. Axel, give me, let's see here. Where the hell is it? There it is. Medicine and intelligence. So basic skill check there. Simple difficulty of 1. And you make... No, wait, that's not the right one.
I'm shocked I
Hey!
made that.
Yeah, not too bad, actually.
Considering
Very
it's
surprising.
0-4.
You just barely managed to make it. All right, so you would be familiar, actually, with a particular drug called Addictol. Addictol.
Close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and
Nuclear
identifying crippling drug addiction.
There is another drug out there called Addictol. It was specifically designed to be able to help people rid themselves of even long-term addictions. Although in certain circumstances, depending upon how long the addiction has been, follow-up doses would possibly be required.
Okay.
Outside of that, Thomas, you basically come into Axel telling Luke that he's going to want to be here, he's going to want to help them out, and to stay off the drugs, kid. And Luke is definitely very hyper and excited about this. Hey, Jacob, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, there he is.
You come in to me doing minor levels of brainwashing and definitely probably inducing Stockholm syndrome.
Good.
Luke is not exactly the hardest one to do these things with, especially in his current state. But yes, Luke is definitely pretty much nodding to almost everything Axel says. And even Thomas, as you're walking in, he jumps to his feet, and he gives a again the very similar, very
Sloppy salute.
well, the first one actually, but then he quickly corrects it to the second one, as he's learning quickly. And by the way, we're not actually talking about the one with the World War II. We're actually talking about the Roman salute here. But yes.
Nope, you're never gonna convince me otherwise.
I see. You're gonna be joining us as well, huh, Luke?
Oh yeah. I can totally help you guys out. Your buddy. What was your name again?
Axel.
Right, Axel. Sorry. My name's Luke again, by the way. I can show you where the other raiders are at. I also know of a settlement or two in the area you guys could maybe make your way to. And then don't forget, there's also the crowning jewel of the area, New Vegas. I'm sure you'd be able to find plenty of help there. Possibly for an extra cap or two, but I mean they definitely be there definitely be help there. Definitely be help there. Definitely.
Well, might get you with the general once he's done. Once he gets over here to show Laura around. Probably have him show you around too. But you might get with the general with a map and kind of outline where each of these locations are, so we can get ourselves updated with the local area.
Oh yeah. I'll do that. I'll definitely do that.
All right then. Excellent. Think we should go ahead and double check, see if NPR's made it back.
Do I have like radio to NPR?
I don't think you guys have extra radios on you. I don't even know if that's a thing you can get in the game.
Not really.
Does the squad have some means of communicating with one another?
We're talking about the 40K world here.
You mean Fallout?
Yeah. So,
Well,
what the hell did I just say?
You said
40K.
Oh my god.
That might be most of the tokens you use, but that's not the world we're playing in. But we are also both pre-war, so...
That is fair.
The only thing that would really block the communication would be excessive radiation, or if there's no radio tower available to be able to carry the communication.
That and
Could still do short-band radio.
Deep underground here, so yeah, unless you've got hard link to the outside, it would also be very difficult. NPR, do you have radio receiver or anything?
Well, I can see radio waves, so...
I was talking to the radio. PR, you back yet?
Yeah, I feel like he would have like this knowledge that NPR could just intercept radio waves. So if he just shouts into the void, he might get an answer back.
Yeah, I flick on the radio, not expecting much, and just kind of shout at the radio.
Well, okay, so actually there are a couple of things here. First of all, I don't believe you have a radio on you.
I mean, I assume I would. I would assume a radio would be like standard military equipment.
If I may,
Go
in
ahead.
the games, the Pip-Boys do have radios inside of them, and there was ways of certain NPCs to communicate with the survivor through their Pip-Boy.
They had a lot more of the hand radios than they did like walkie-talkies like Silent's thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. Yes,
I'm thinking like any kind of radio. Like you wouldn't just send a squad have a squad that you could potentially send out for a job and have zero means of communicating with anyone ever again.
Unless you're a new DM who kind of forgot that as a detail.
We could probably say is that you may still have the radio that you had as part of your standard equipment from pre-war.
You mean the
it's
ones
just
designed to work.
Well,
Yeah.
Probably
here.
like especially in the base that we were based in.
Well, to be fair here, first of all, yes, there would be hand radios here in the base that would be easy enough to find. A quick run over to those, however, would betray the fact that they are sadly not receiving or transmitting at this particular time.
Well, that could mean
Which
I'd have
would
to
be-
work on them.
Or you'd be limited to short range, which would be effectively a walkie-talkie.
Correct.
Mhm.
There is a possibility of maybe them still working in short range, although it's a little difficult to tell with most of the radios that you find, surprisingly. You do have Thomas, who has a Pip-Boy.
I also am a Pip-Boy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Yes!
remember
Oh,
Axel?
God dang it all. I
I've
completely
got my
forgot. You
Pip-Boy from my
Carlos did.
original vault, and you got
Right.
and Axel got Carlos's old Pip-Boy.
Hey, give me a break here. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, we both have Pip-Boys.
Shit, I completely forgot
so
about
it's
that.
like we have those. We also probably have like whatever communication devices our squad had for inter-squad communication and also communication with the base.
Yes. However, you are still very deep underground.
I turn
and-
all of them on and I yell into the void, "MPR, yo back."
Let's not, because that could announce our presence, even with the thick layers of ground above us.
Give me, let's see here. I'll give you the option of either science or speech and luck.
Oh no!
Oh,
And this is going to
perfect.
be a difficulty of, I'm going to say 3. It's a little bit higher, maybe. No, I'm going to stick with 3. You're shouting into the void, but you're both deep underground. Is NPR on his way back by this point?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, at this point, I would be pretty close to actually coming down the elevator.
Well, you were there for
I
an
think.
extra hour or so, and this is
Oh, yeah, no,
roughly
that's...
been only about like 15, 20 minutes at most,
This
maybe.
has been the
That's
amount,
fair.
This has been the amount of time it takes to talk to a really high dude, which, to be fair, could have been like a couple hours, and gun someone down.
I guess we can say that maybe NPR. However, unfortunately, a 1 is still not going to be enough, though.
To be fair,
Even bringing the
99% of-
difficulty down, I would bring it down to a 2, because you are deep underground.
To be
You're
fair,
not like
99% of the time would be however long it takes to talk to someone who's really fucking high.
yes.
There's also the fact that, assuming the timeline is working like I think it does, I'm still in the basement of the other area scavenging for materials. So that place is chock full of radiation, which is not good for radio transmission.
Nope.
Yes. So the 1 is just not going to be enough in general.
Yeah, no, I don't think NPR is back yet.
All right, how about we go ahead and I'm pretty sure the general by now is done taking care of Manuel. How about we go ahead and show our guests around the base a little bit, wait for NPR to get back down here, and make plans from there.
Did we, Can I hear the general approaching?
I was actually just about to say that, yeah, basically, literally as Thomas finishes saying that, you start hearing the telltale ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-clunk.
Speaking of devil,
I'm gonna poke my head out the door real quick. General, you finished dealing with that body?
I have indeed. Recommend plugging nose next time you head up.
burnt it.
You brought it upstairs?
Indeed.
Oh,
Subject
okay.
has been disposed of.
Well, General, we got a couple new recruits, non-commissioned.
Excellent. Bring them to the orientation office, which would
I'll
be this one over here.
I'll go get Laura real quick.
Can I ask, just for my own edification, when he says disposed, did he literally just dump the body at the top of the elevator?
No, he actually did light it on fire. Or, well, what he did was he threw it in an already lit fire.
General, you didn't, use the kitchen, did you?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. The kitchen would be a horrible place to store a body.
Did you burn it in the kitchen?
I think the general has got lasers to be able to incinerate a body built into him.
You got lasers?
Those protectrons do.
Indeed. Don't piss me off.
Huh. Hey,
That'll be a fun sound clip.
Luke.
That was actually supposed to be a little bit of the real General Kelly coming through there. As he
Luke, you're gonna
pulled
wanna,
that from the recordings.
You're gonna wanna follow us this way.
I'll go get Laura.
As he springs to his feet. And the
Alright.
General will indeed... I'm just going to go ahead and bring him over there. And we're going to go ahead and bring these two over.
Alright.
I need to try to give you guys... I'm not quite certain how this is going to work, so I'm going to have to figure... Oh, shit. I'm going up the wrong... Dang it. GM problems. I'm going to have to make a new folder, aren't I?
Maybe.
All right.
By the way, on the way over there, Thomas is gonna go. This is something standard per the general. Bear with it. He's gonna go through an orientation, let you know about our mission and everything.
If you're confused, for the record, the general uploaded his personality to a Protectron.
Yeah, let's go with that. Needless to say, just humor him, listen,
He's in charge
and
here at base.
don't piss him off.
He has lasers, apparently.
Yeah, that's something we can't control on that part there.
Oh, come on. There he goes. Sorry, trying to get a couple of things here made out real quickly.
No, good. We're just kind of, making story here.
Yeah.
Probably getting weird looks from both of the people who just joined. Like, what the fuck is wrong with all of these people?
Come on, give me that. Damn you. Okay, got it. Thank you. Get your ass down here. I'll make this more difficult than it is. You. Oh, no, not that. Okay, there it is. Doot. Oh, come on. There it is. Got that. And sorry, trying to get this here fixed up. Come on, there we go. Okay. And I will edit this later. Stop it. Okay. Yes, they both take their seats, and the general actually turns to the two of you. You two have already gone through orientation. Please leave. I shall handle things from here.
All right.
And then immediately turns without even giving you guys a second to respond and just starts blabbing the most boring, basic protocol shit you can think of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I heard this speech before.
Thomas is gonna give them an "I'm sorry" look and head out the room.
Hey, you guys play pool in that vault of yours?
Don't think we have. Mind showing it to me?
I'll go grab like the one pool cue that was in the armory, and we'll go play pool.
Fortunately, there are a. Hang on a second here. How many balls are there usually for a?
How many balls are there usually?
There's,
Two in most species.
I hate you.
There's 9 ball. There's 9 ball, and then there's 8, which only has the first nine balls plus the cue ball, and then there's 8 ball, which has 15 total, which is 7 solid, 7 stripe, and the 8 ball.
The 15 total is the more common one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume that's what's on the table.
Give me a second here. Oh, it's actually. Oh shit! Oh, that's all 15 of them. Holy cow!
Hey.
Surprisingly, it is all 15 balls. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's see here. They are all solid balls. No stripes.
That's a phrase.
The 8-ball is there, however.
Well, you just contradicted yourself.
Why would they all? Why would they all be solids?
I don't know. Maybe the stripes weren't available.
Just go even odds.
Giving away that he's played before.
I'm just very confused because this would have been a pre-war pool table, so the balls would have been printed with either being solid or stripe.
Someone snuck into Area 51 after the war, replaced all of the striped balls with solid ones, and then left.
I was actually kind of going with something along that. However, I'm realizing the stupidity of such a thing after.
General would have vaporized them for trespassing.
Fair point there. So, okay, fine. I was trying to have a little fun, but yeah.
No, we could do evens odds if, for whatever reason, there's all solid.
No.
I think
questions. It's a fair point there that not stealing the cue ball or the balls themselves. The cue sticks maybe, but not the balls. So yeah, fair point there. Oopsie. Right. But yes. So wait. I'm sorry. Thomas, you actually have experience with this?
Yeah, I'm going to say that there was probably a pool table back at his vault. I mean, it's the Enclave isn't without it, with some form of recreation. It's not all work.
Yes. I would say that that's a very high possibility. Give me a second here. I'm trying to do some house cleaning.
What year did the bombs fall?
Yeah, give me a second.
A little over 100 years ago,
yeah, the bombs fell in October 23rd, 2077 in the morning, about 9:20.
Okay, give me one sec.
Here you are.
Give me one sec.
Oh, sorry.
You said 1977?
2077, sorry. October 23rd, 2077.
Okay. Is there a TV in the rec room?
Not in the room you are currently in, no.
Okay, is there a TV, like, anywhere in the rec room?
A quick little exploration, and yes, there is a TV in this small room over here. It's done up to apparently be a small theater of some kind, though surprisingly small, with such a big screen in it, too.
Are there any game consoles in the rec room?
No. I do not believe... Well...
There would probably be, not game consoles, but there would be probably some computers with game cassettes in them.
Yeah. You'd find some hollow discs that you could stick in a console, and I would say there is I had trouble finding a good computer console that I liked, but I would say there are actually a couple of consoles in this room.
Yeah, no, I was just asking because I know, like, when you were, like, 77, I was like, ooh, so, like, at the very least, like, 5 years after the first video game console was released.
Not quite, because remember, time stops basically in, like, the 1960s.
Okay. So
progression kind of stops in the 1960s.
So any video game consoles would kind of be akin to...
Atari.
Yeah, it would be very much like that, like Odyssey, Odyssey, Pong, Atari gen.
Yeah.
Yes. You would have some like
long before they were able to make a video game called Fallout.
Yes. Not 40K, mind you. Gosh, I can't believe I did that.
I can.
If you guys are actually going to play a game of pool, did you guys want to try to play a game for that, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and try this out a little bit.
I was also I was just asking about the games, the video games, because like, we're gonna introduce this Vault Boy to video games.
All right, let's go.
Not much of an introduction.
All right,
Pong,
so if
it's the most complex thing you've ever fucking seen on a screen.
All right, so you both have 12 balls each.
Wow.
That you would be looking to stop it.
7.
Well, we said we were going with the 15 one.
Yeah, so 7 each. Plus the
Yes.
8 ball.
Oh shit! Wow, that's my brain bad. Wow. Yes, 7 each. Gosh, dang it, I don't know how the hell I did that. Okay. Bad brain. What
In
the
the grim
hell?
darkness of the far future, there is no math.
Really bad on my end. Holy crap. Okay. Yes, you each have 7, and then you, of course, have the 8 ball itself.
Yep.
Alrighty. I don't really have the game rules for something like this, as it's a bit of a spur of the moment. I wasn't actually expecting you guys to go for the pool table, honestly.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So we will be doing either athletics and strength or athletics and agility. Or you guys can also, of course, mix in luck in there. If you have any luck points, you can, of course, use that.
It's okay, neither of us have any luck points left.
We're going to go, actually, let's see here. You guys don't have any action points left. We're going to keep it as a strict difficulty of... We'll keep it a compounding difficulty, if you will, but actually in reverse. Difficulty of 2, you get 1 success. You only need 1 success your next round, as long as your opponent doesn't get 2 successes.
Okay.
Okay. Do we both
And-
roll at the same time? Or...
Who's roll? What are we rolling again?
Either athletics and strength, or athletics and agility, or athletics and luck.
Okay. So I'll be doing athletics and luck, not luck, but agility.
Axel,
Alright.
you line up, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, and God only knows how, but your pool cue seems to have been made out of magic or something, and just flies right past the first ball.
Missed the cue ball.
I figured it would be like a break, but I don't think.
Pretty much. So to
yeah, fair
quickly
point.
go over the rules of pool. You're using a pool cue to strike the cue ball, which is the pure white ball, to land the color ball. The color, be it solid or stripe, into one of the pockets until you've sunk all your colors in. Then you try for the 8 ball, calling where the 8 ball will drop.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
If you sink a ball that's your color, you get to go again. If you sink your opponent's color or you don't sink your ball, your opponent goes. If you sink one of your opponent's balls, though, they get to move the cue ball to where they want it, giving them an advantage.
Yes. Sorry about that.
And you win by
again,
shooting
I'm
the
a
8
little
ball
caught off
after
guard
all
with
of your
the,
other ones.
Pool game, so I wasn't planning on you guys actually being interested in playing pool. I figured that was just decoration. Anyway.
Particularly unlucky
No,
and manage to sink the 8 ball before all your other ones are done, you lose.
Yes.
You put it in there for decorations, so we're gonna play it.
Yep. I should have been planning on that, but weirdly, despite planning for a couple of New Vegas card games and bettings and whatnot, I did not plan on a pool game.
We can play Kashito again.
All right. Thomas, you line up your shot after Axel does get a break, but no sinks.
Mm-hmm.
You do get your cue ball. It does tap one of your balls, getting into slightly better position, but just not able to get it into the hole that you wanted.
Mm-hmm. I should add, the choice of who is which does not happen until the first ball is sunk in.
Correct. For my sanity of trying to keep track of which ball is which, we're just going to make that a little bit easier as far as how many balls you guys sink.
Yep.
All right. Axel, your turn. And we're only going to do this for about 5 turns each, and then we're going to have NPR show up. Just because I don't want to waste the entire night on a... Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We'll go as long as you guys want. Never mind.
No, we're not. We only have an hour of game time left. Let's just do a few rounds until NPR returns.
Okay. Axel, you take your shot with the cue. You do get a good solid hit, but again, unfortunately, just no sink.
Damn.
And all right, Thomas, you do manage to get a solid sink now on your ball. However, both of you now go to needing difficulty 2 again.
All right, so yeah, you're up.
Both of us, or just Thomas
Both of
does?
you, yes. Anytime either of you makes a sink, it's going to reset both of you to needing a 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Axel, you've got a good solid hit. Sadly, just not enough to get the sink. So I'm trying to use professional terms here that are definitely making me sound more dweeby.
Ow!
Not quite, Thomas. Not quite. You get a good lineup. You're feeling confident. Just not enough. Axel's turn. All right, and that's enough. Axel gets his first sink in. And you are both tied now at 6 and 6. Or, I'm sorry, 1 and 1, I should say. I'm counting in reverse here, sorry, on my end. And once again now, oh, I'm sorry, actually, because of the way the rules work, once you guys get a sink, yeah.
You get to roll again.
Ah, shit, I forgot about that. Sorry, Thomas, I'm kind of robbing you here.
No, it's all good.
But, Axel, once again, difficulty reset to 2 for both of you.
Yep. Go ahead, Jacob.
Ooh, no!
Ooh,
He gets an
no.
advantage.
Yep, nope, that's a solid whiff there.
No, more along the lines of I think I may have sunk one of his balls in.
Not quite, not quite. That would be a complication.
Okay.
Yeah, scratch or sinking one of mine would be a nat 20.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we never talked about scratching. If you sink,
I think
the
we
cue
all
ball.
know how to play pool.
I'm talking about our viewers.
They probably know how to play pool.
Have you
It's
met this
possible.
generation?
It's a good point.
If they play Fallout, they probably know how to play pool. They're very closely aligned games.
This is not at all true. Oh no! We're talking about it. Oh.
It was inevitable.
Alrighty, yeah, that's a total scratch, unfortunately, on Axel's part. He's getting like he's feeling good. He's lighting up on his ball. God only knows how. He hits the cue ball itself, but instead of the cue ball hitting the other ball he was aiming for, the cue ball goes straight down one of the pockets.
So are we saying that's like an extra dice roll for Thomas?
Yes, I would say an extra dice for Thomas in this particular case, yes. Thomas is perhaps feeling a little bit too cocky.
As it is, as it was, as it ever shall be.
No, at least I'm getting my bad rolls on this game.
I'll give you again the advantage this time.
Okay.
Oh,
Extra dice.
Oh, come on!
We're so
NPR.
fucking good at this.
I am a prophet.
NPR, we're having you come in at this point. I'm moving you up to that. You come in.
But I'm pretty sure our new compatriots are done with orientation.
They just come in watching us both miss all of the fucking balls scattered around the table, just sinking this one white ball over and over and over again.
Standing over your guys' shoulder in silence for the past like 15. Even NPR has been standing there in silence for at least like 10 minutes himself, just watching you guys constantly sink the cue ball.
I was
Well, this is
unaware that this was
embarrassing.
the intended point of this game. Also,
Yeah.
I feel obligated to ask why there is a burning corpse upstairs.
You
Oh,
forgot your voice.
Oh yeah,
What?
your
Is it,
voice mod.
it's not
Your
working?
voice mod.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Give me a second.
It's being normal voice mod. And by normal
voice mod.
I
It works
mean
when
not
it
working.
works.
Oh, God, that was fun. Thank you guys for doing that. That was unexpected and a lot of fun. Oh, that was worth the
You
entertainment.
can't script this stuff.
No,
No, you
that's
can't.
what makes it good.
Well, no, you see, it's not normally the goal of the game. MPR, it's just, it's a display of skill. This is what's also commonly known as copium.
I know copium, as Luke pipes up.
Right. About that corpse.
Yeah.
No, the bounty hunter, tried to go for his gun, so,
Yeah, he's been unalived.
he dead.
He made his call. Just to quickly update you, NPR,
He was also apparently working for, like, some Nazi Romans?
You know what? Not entirely inaccurate.
Thomas is gonna nod and go, that's actually pretty damn accurate, yeah.
That is an interesting combination of descriptions.
Well, either way, Laura and Luke here are joining us. Luke's going to be assisting the general in mapping out the area here in a little bit and giving us updates on where there are going to be raider camps, settlements, and other places of interest. So he's going to be pretty much an intelligence attaché here. Laura, on the other hand, is very adamant about being out in the field. So she's going to be a field operative with us.
Very well. I looked over the generator. It's functional now, though definitely not at maximum efficiency. There are some severe radiation leaks that we lack the sufficient materials to repair.
Gonna have to probably look into possibility of getting that taken care of, or even wrangling up some of these protectrons that are around to see if we can't reprogram them to assist with the repairs.
It is less that we do not have the personnel for repairs as the raw material and tools which would be needed specifically for crafting these components are in short supply.
In other words, salvage running. I might be able to.
If we're looking for salvage, don't you have, like 20,000 pencils or something?
Not an inaccurate statement, however.
Weren't we gonna make,
Yeah.
like, gun components out of them? I'm sure they can work for a reactor.
Yeah, we're gonna need about 50 to 100 times more than what we've got. for that.
Unfortunately, we require large amounts of lead, and pencils started using graphite for their marking material in 1795.
That far back? Holy cow.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah.
Well, either way, that's a bridge we'll pass for now. So long as it's operational, NPR and I can get down there once I get some more protective gear and see what else we can do to jury-rig more repairs to make it last longer.
Are we in any danger of it going up?
No.
No. The leakage is only dangerous to organics who approach nearby.
Well,
If I can...
I don't plan to approach nearby, so sounds good to me.
It's also reducing the efficiency of the reactor somewhat.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to still get down there to do a jury rig to get that efficiency back up, but we still have one more reactor to do and a lot more ghouls to clear out. At least
I also found this.
I mean, Thomas, do you think you'd be able to jerry-rig it like you did our truck to be an eternal power source? Do you think we could replace the reactors with our truck?
No.
When it comes to Carla,
Don't take advantage of my generosity as a GM.
The quantity of power output would
I
be
thought that was
massively
the
insufficient.
I thought that was the generosity of like 3 critical successes. On like 4 dice. Because Roll20 doesn't know that there are more than 2 numbers on a D20.
Generation from that size of device would be massively insufficient for our needs.
yeah, and I would need a lot more to create that type of conversion rate for a facility like this.
I also found this.
And NPR pulls out a fat man with 2 mini nukes.
Holy mother!
So
Good lord, there was a fat man under there?
They appear to have contained radiation sources. I assume they were some sort of nuclear weaponry.
That is
Oh, you know what a Fat Man launcher is.
vaguely concerning. Let's not fuck around with that down here.
You and Axel would definitely be familiar with a Fat Man launcher. It would be something you guys had training with, especially at Area 51.
It is what vaporized our commanding officer.
Yeah, that.
Yep. Yeah, we will probably want to get that locked away in the armory pretty quick.
Of course. And these two, are they to be armed as well?
For now, when going out of base, yes. He's gonna look to Laura. How good's your rifle there?
I've killed plenty of Legionnaires, if that helps anything.
More of the care and how well maintained it is. If you need a chance to give it some repairs in the sword, I'm pretty sure there's some workstations in the armory.
Oh, it's in fairly good state at the moment.
Okay.
Shouldn't have too much issue with it. A little bit of cleaning here and there, though, with this facility, I'm sure I can get it working much better.
Okay. Luke, I noticed you got your pipe gun with you. I know that's a bit of a slap together. You build that yourself?
Of whatever parts I could find at the time.
Some ingenuity there.
I'm not very good with it, though. I don't know. Things just feels a little too light in my hand or something.
Well, here's the deal.
Is he
You're
better at big guns?
Maybe.
Are we gonna be giving Luke the mini nuke?
No. Absolutely not.
I think we should give him the mini nuke. I don't see any problem with this.
Well, tell you what, Luke. When we have a little more time, we can go ahead and get into the armory, see what feels a little better in your hands. But I think a fair deal is that if you're in base, you keep your own weapons. But any weapon in the armory stays in the armory unless we're going out in the field. Sound like a good compromise?
Sounds fair to me. Yeah, I could do that.
I would like to say that we should prioritize the search for antipsychotic medication, as Axel appears to be suffering from massive delusions.
Not Axel, Luke.
No, he meant Axel.
Is there any Addictol in the base by chance?
Hey,
Not as far as I'm aware.
NPR, is there anything in the medical bay yet?
Doctor stuff.
Medical bay is in fact full of doctor stuff.
Does doctor stuff include Addictol?
No, we cleared out all the drugs. At this point, it's just
Addictol.
devices.
Addictol is medication to eliminate addiction, so it wouldn't be considered a drug in that part.
I would
The
like
majority of what we found involved antibiotics, Radaway, and stim packs, which would provide general first aid. Anything more specific than that, we may need to salvage or create ourselves.
That is fair. I would also like to point out, Jacob, that something to deal with addiction is probably something that would be considered medical supplies.
Let me restate. It would not be considered a recreational drug.
No. No, it would not.
It would be considered a medical drug.
That it would.
Yes. But not recreational.
That's what you think.
It's not with that attitude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me prove you wrong, my friend.
You don't need to. I have seen people.
I have unfortunately seen things as well. Former.
Let me change that.
There's a reason I do not take roommates anymore.
He has seen the creatures known as human beings, and
I've seen things before, but I was coming down off a medical coma, so
I don't know if this story is worth being on the stream
their
here.
proficiencies with glue.
Oh no. Okay. There was one roommate, started out really nice until he met this one girl and he relapsed into his addiction. The last day he was in my house, he had locked himself in the bathroom in a full paranoia attack. And I had to call the police on him, which resulted in 7 squad cars, a lieutenant's car, a fire department also being called with a fire truck and an ambulance. They had to breach into the bathroom, in which they had found an absolute mess of him having taken his own crap and smeared it everywhere. And they had to fight him down, restrain him, and even hood his head before bringing him out.
people on drugs can have poor decision-making skills.
Yes.
Yeah, needless to say, I broke all contact with him, and I told his uncle that his uncle that came by, that everything in the room, that room had to go. That was all his stuff. Nothing else in the apartment was, anything of his and anywhere else in the apartment. Everything wasn't contained in there. And never heard from. He only tried to contact me one other time when he was out of the hospital, but I just told him, dude, your uncle got everything, and I don't want to ever talk to you again. You broke a promise.
Yeah, I don't have any stories that intense, but
Yeah, this is why I don't want roommates anymore.
yeah, no, I mean the most intense stories, like my stories get, is like supposed to be going out and hanging out with a couple of my friends, and one of them I worked with. One of them was a mutual friend between myself and the person I worked with, and then the other person was someone who worked with us. And we were all So me, a mutual friend, and my other friend hadn't seen the other guy that we worked with for like 10 minutes. I didn't know where he was. But we were finishing smoking. And we went outside and found him sitting in the backseat of my car shooting up.
Oh God.
And we just dropped him. We just dropped him off at his house, and that was the last time I ever saw him.
Oh, joy.
Never personally witnessed any of it myself, but part of the reason I wanted to get out of the town I went to high school in was there was a problem with syringes in the bathrooms, that it became an actual hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
I've also never done drugs recreationally, but I've been on enough medical ones to make up for it.
Oh, moral of the story, kids.
I feel like
don't do
I
drugs.
feel like the ones you've been on medically have been the only ones I've ever done recreationally.
You've done. Oh no, that would probably be a very bad idea for multiple of these.
Oh God.
For one, I believe you've mentioned that you have that one medically.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about like I've been on milk of amnesia that made me hallucinate for 3 days straight.
Yeah, no, I've had some medical drugs that have had some nasty side effects, but yeah, no, not the ones we're talking about.
Most I've ever done is weed. It was nice.
That is the one I was in fact talking about.
Yes, I use it medically sometimes for fibromyalgia and migraines.
Yes.
That's said. More of the story, folks. Don't do drugs. Seriously, it's just not a good idea.
Unless you need them and they're prescribed to you.
Yes.
Or
Hey,
it's weed and it's legal where you live.
Yes.
And then do all of the drugs.
Or it's alcohol or caffeine, and those are socially acceptable for reasons.
I got a Pepsi.
Bring us back around a little bit as you guys are talking about needing repair supplies and whatnot. Laura actually will step up. I gotta figure out a good voice for her at some point so that it's not get too confusing.
As long as her voice also doesn't sound like Orland.
God no. Actually, I have a little bit of experience breaking down components and everything. It helps when you're looking for supplies out in the wild and don't really have the ability to make it into certain towns to buy what's needed.
Yeah.
He has Scrapper. I think just level 1 so far.
Nice.
I think that'd make you pretty much on par with NPR here. By the way, to better introduce ourselves, I'm Axel. Or not Axel, I'm Thomas Diego. I am a private and advisor here. Axel is pretty much who you would consider the commanding officer here.
She kind of stands up straighter when told about that for you, Axel. And Luke actually gives a surprisingly a little bit better of a salute now. He's kind of a little bit fast.
I'm Sergeant Axel Cooper. This is newly promoted Sergeant Axel Cooper. Post our launch and landing. This is Lieutenant MPR. Nodding over at the Assaultron.
NPR. Go ahead.
NPR 07, it's nice to meet you. I am designated medic.
Are you still wearing the
suit and hat
mafia suit?
Oh,
yes, he is.
Perfect.
I keep forgetting about that. Yes.
How do you forget about that?
I don't know how I managed to forget about that, but
it's a nice blue pinstripe.
Yes.
As you can tell, we're not exactly enforcing military dress code here. So you know, if you do want to get some military fatigues, we might be able to find some in your size in the armory. But aside from that, barracks are across the hall. Go ahead and figure yourself a room. Right now, you don't have to worry about a roommate. And let's say we get back together in about 15:30 to discuss getting to the second generator.
We have literally enough rooms currently that everyone could have 3 4-person bunk rooms.
I would like to point out that previous protocol did not have a uniform for me. I simply thought that this would make other humans less leery of me.
Yeah, it's a good thought and a good look, I won't lie.
Not exactly enforcing dress code with this particular unit.
Nope.
All right. So
We are missing the large majority of this particular unit. They are no longer alive.
yeah,
Also,
yeah.
MPR's previous dress code
one
was
is missing.
exist. So,
Pretty much. Well, your paint scheme would have been your previous dress code.
yeah, like I said, exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Once upon a time, we had a full unit. Our commanding officer was vaporized by a mini nuke, and everyone else died in the attack on Area 51.
Yeah, including my great-grandfather, unfortunately.
Luke kind of pipes up. That must be hard for you. Were you close?
Well, considering I haven't seen him and seen him since my birth, no, but actually finding him does hit a bit hard.
You definitely did not meet him at your birth.
Yeah. 200 years, man.
They were close by just a couple hundred years of separation.
Let's put it this way. Yeah, it kind of hit a bit to actually found somebody related to me that far back, but no, I've never really known him, save for the notes and what could be gleaned off of his Pip-Boy. I gave permission for Axel to go ahead and take use of it after we checked the files in there.
Can't remember if I've done that or not.
You did check beforehand and then allowed me to look afterward when there was really nothing in there. Same with the journal.
Yeah, it was back when I didn't trust you.
I think we fostered a little more trust. Not a lot, but more.
Sure.
Exactly what I mean.
While you guys are bantering a little bit here, General Kelly walks in. Attention, recruits! I require assistance with cleaning up former office space number 2. I require at least one more assistant. Do not force me to choose from you. A volunteer will do.
I think
boy.
this would be a good experience for you, Luke.
Oh yeah, sure. I can help. What did you need? Follow me. Take this towel. What do I need a towel for? Cleaning. Why is the towel red? Fresh.
Look, be sure to get with the general after that task about updating the map.
And he was never seen again.
So that will be what Luke will be doing for a little bit of a while, as well as getting together with General Kelly for information and intel.
He is definitely going to need a hit of psycho after he's done with that.
You guys will eventually you guys step out of the room and you just hear Luke scream out, "Oh my God! There's so much blood!"
Not my fault.
It is.
Literally
totally your
is.
fault. That is 100% on you.
I had nothing to do with that. It was all Thomas.
Oh.
Bullshit.
Haven't I told you, Thomas? You gotta lay off for that trigger lean there, buddy.
Thomas is just gonna give you this incredulous look like, motherfucker.
Previous experience leads me to believe you may be being facetious.
Speaking of which, I need to go see if we got any 308 ammo in the armory now.
Yeah, let's go on ahead, get rearmed up, and discuss what the next part of the mission and getting the other generator up. We still need to get the other generator up so we can get the motor pool open and bring Carla in for repairs and other bits.
Oh yeah, no, plus, I'm assuming we're having this conversation as we're all leaving.
Oh yeah.
Plus, if we can get that motor pool open, we might have some kind of, military vehicles inside that we might be able to use, and if we can get the power up and the hangars open, we might even have a vertibird or two or more.
Yeah, the vertibirds, that's gonna take a while to find somebody able to pilot them.
I mean, I didn't have much experience, but I had a bit. Pilot is, in fact, a tag skill for me.
That is point.
Give me a second here. Where the heck are you at, Axel?
I am not proficient in piloting, but I am more than capable of assisting in doing so.
Okay, 3, and that is with... Stop losing it. Oh, and...
3 tag 10.
You know what? Roll piloting skill for me. I'm not going to necessarily give a difficulty for this. I just kind of want to see what you roll. Yeah, okay. You did definitely have some training with the vertibirds. Not a lot, mind you, though.
Yeah, I was never supposed to be a primary pilot, but if the pilot was dead, I could.
You could at least safely land a vertibird. At the very least, you could do that. As far as like components and whatnot for a damaged vertibird or maintaining a vertibird.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Not really knowledgeable enough at this point.
No, I was not referring to like the upkeep of a vertibird.
Well, that'd be technically. I'm considering that part of like knowing vertibirds and piloting them well, if you will.
It'd be like pilot intelligence.
Right, pilot intelligence. Thank you. Not.
Whereas
like
just maintaining them and fixing them would be just repair intelligence.
Right. A pilot can look at their plane and know that their plane is safe, whereas a mechanic can look at a plane and say, "Ugh, that strut there needs to be tightened down." You know, something along those lines.
From my experience, at the very least. And that's
How did
fair.
you flip the turbine backwards?
Yes. Exactly.
That is fair. From my experience, most pilots, or the people that I know that are pilots, can look at their plane and go, "That will fly," or "I should bring that to someone who knows more about how planes work."
That's exactly what I'm referencing there. Yes.
Okay.
All right. And whilst you guys are taking a little bit of downtime here, I am going to let you know Laura actually takes a little bit of time here in the armory, I'm going to say, to salvage some of the junk components you guys have found. So she does manage to get you guys some more materials.
Sweet.
Nice. I specifically checked to see if we have any 308 ammo.
We do not.
I don't think you guys do.
There's one thing I wanted to do in the downtime. Especially since I've got access to the medical bay.
Do we have any of the tools that would be needed to either melt lead or brass and case 308 ammo?
Hold up a second. That is a feature in the game that is I have not familiarized myself with enough.
Ammo crafting.
Yes.
You can tell me next time then.
I am not overly familiar with it.
No, that is fine. You can take a look at that for next session.
Yes, I will have.
We do have only a little time left tonight. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
right.
want to waste the time looking up a fresh game system.
It would not be exceptionally difficult, but it will require a roll still.
Yep.
All right. So while we're checking and arming up,
I was more just wondering if we had like the tools in the armory to do.
I would say that you guys would have workbenches and whatnot here for almost every intended purpose, outside of whatever few ones that I can't think of that I, as a GM, get to say, no, I don't want you to have that just yet.
Can we construct Fat Boy ammunition in the armory?
Technically speaking, yes.
That's
although
fucking
I
terrifying.
reserve the right as a GM to say you might not have the appropriate materials to craft mini nukes or Fat Man launchers.
all right. So while we are arming up, and Laura is breaking down junk into usable scrap. Laura, but how long have you been in the base for, with Manuel chasing after you?
Oh, not even a day, really, I'd say, probably. I came here actually hoping that the number of ghouls and even the Deathclaw or two I saw might be enough to dissuade any of my pursuers. Manuel was, I don't know, desperate or clever or just stupid, maybe, to follow me in here. Either way, unfortunately, he cornered me, and in the ensuing firefight is when we got caught by the ghouls.
Yeah, those ghouls were acting oddly coordinated. I'm guessing maybe a hive mind with that glowing one.
I mean, it seemed to look roughly the same as that one we saw out on the strip.
For reference, or because it's
I'm
been a while,
remembering that one, yeah.
yes, that group there was also surprisingly more well organized than you would normally see a horde of ghouls.
Yep. I think we also just legitimately saw a glowing one in that group.
You did indeed.
So, unless we got that one that we saw earlier, and it was just pure luck that we ran into that while down in there, we may still have one or two more sentient glowing ones commanding the rest of the ghouls. So, for now, we're going to have to treat the ghouls as sentient and able to plan an attack as a unit.
That's a horrifying thought.
You didn't happen to see a Deathclaw nest, did you?
I am not brave enough to look for one, honestly, unless it just so happens I'm trying to get some Legionnaires killed, but that didn't work nearly as well as I had hoped.
No, it doesn't give me much. That unfortunately doesn't give me much hope for our plan of stealing a Deathclaw egg and throwing it at the ghouls to make them fight each other.
You what? She just stares at you in disbelief. You're not actually considering stealing a Deathclaw egg?
That was our best solution plan so far.
Pretty much, we're going to have to clear the Deathclaws out of here anyway. The thought process on that is to steal a Deathclaw egg and have a Deathclaw chase into a trap.
Additionally, I believe we covered that, as I do not produce any animal sense myself, we may be able to use the ghoul sense in order to trick them.
I mean, what about when the Deathclaw just rips you limb from limb, though? I mean, I get it, you're not, well, as she looks back to to Axel and Thomas, not the same as us, but you can still be dismantled.
That's what we get at fighting the ghouls, and then we jump it.
Fighting... You're trying to lure the death... my head hurts all of a sudden.
It's still a plan. It's still a plan in work right now.
Given that there may be more of the glowing ones, as you called them, and that they have some sort of mental connection, perhaps the opposite direction of approach would be more feasible. If we could provoke some of these ghouls into going into an area where a Deathclaw is.
I'd also like to point out that if we can get that second generator up and running, and get into some of the larger motor pools, we could also foreseeably just get, you know, a tank or a vertibird and shoot it with a bigger gun.
On top of that, we may be able to get the automated defenses up and going, and that solve the problem that way as well.
I believe this plan was originally in case we needed to clear the ghouls out in order to access the second generator.
Yep.
I will admit though, the idea of hopping in a vertibird and shooting these things from the air where they cannot fight back is preferable to breaking into their nest and stealing an egg.
I think we can all agree on that one. For now, let's go on ahead and plan for ghouls. We run into a Deathclaw, we'll go ahead and keep our distance and plan accordingly from there.
All right, and with that, I think we're safe to end for this session.
There was one more thing I wanted to ask about doing during downtime. Can I take some of the rat scorpion venom that I have and just put it in the empty syringer ammo to make poison syringe ammo?
Oh, right, shit, I forgot to look that up. Yeah. Yes.
Like, if you need to have time for the specifics to wait till next game, that's fine, but
yeah,
that was my thought, because I've got like
about that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
2 beer bottles full, so one of them is probably enough for 2 syringes.
Yeah, I'd say that would be fair enough.
And it's not like if I use their stats, it's gonna be overpowered. It's like 3 persistent poison damage.
Yes.